fellow travelers.
Hello.
It's Neil here.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is
To
Travel and Tour TV. Yes, this time it is TV.
Yes.
Yeah, me and Kimberly
we were
had
recording.
this. Yeah, you knew exactly what I was going to mention. We were recording this video, and I forget about
an
what.
intro and outro.
But yeah, it was just an intro and outro because we were lacking the intro and outro on the footage. And well, it comes to the outro at some point, and both of us went to Travel and Tour TV instead of just to Travel and Tour.
Yeah.
That'd be quite an outcut. Anyways, seems like we're off to a very slow start.
Yes.
Which is fine. I mean, that's okay. Backbeat Rhythm, first one in the house. Hello, welcome back. And Dan Zolch, second in the house.
Dan.
Hello there, Dan. Good evening to you, my friend. How are things out there in Ohio? And Backbeat Rhythm, how are things wherever you are? Let us know. Has winter come yet? Because, you know, we have had the first few snow flurries here already. And that's typically Western Pennsylvania. You never quite know what it is going to do here out in the western side of Pennsylvania this time of year. So it can be sunny and 65 degrees. It can also be freezing and 20 degrees.
Yes.
Always a surprise. All right, more fellow travelers are coming in.
Gary!
I see. Sir Gary of the Beaches is the first moderator tonight to be into the live stream. Welcome back. And a gracious, happy December to you, he says. Well, right back at you, Gary. And on that note, let's get that clip for you going. Yeah, I found it. Here we go. From the state of Georgia, it's Sir Gary of the Beaches tuning in once again for our International Travelers Hangout. How's it going, Gary, and how is your recovery going? Are we still making progress? Because sooner or later, we've got to do some more water slides again, you know?
Traveling.
Yeah, well, that too, but we did that, and, you know, there needs to be more of that too, obviously. We have another moderator in the house by the name of Megan Morris, aka the Duchess of Drinks. That means we get to play another clip. How are things going, Megan? Let me pull that up for you here. There it is. Further north than Georgia, from the state of Kentucky, we have the Duchess of Drinks tuning in once again. Welcome back, Megan. How are things going? Tommy Dodson is in the house.
Tommy.
Hello, Tommy, regular here in our live stream. Welcome back. And Anthony Simone is moderator number 3 in the house tonight, which is awesome. He says, hey, to Travel and Tour, I'm filming Vlogmas Day 1. Good for you, Anthony. That's awesome. All right, that means we get to play another clip, of course. There is Anthony's clip. From the state of Florida, Anthony Simone tuning in once again. Welcome back. Dan makes a comment here. He says, the snow is melting today. We got 6 inches a couple days ago. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I presume that it is not quite gone yet then, but my goodness. Gary said that it is cold out there in Georgia, but it's going to be 70 tomorrow. Yeah, that's the south for you. All of a sudden, you can just get a little bit of a hint of heat. Gary says that his knees are letting him Roomba now. Well, if that is the case, Gary, then I consider that to be progress for sure.
Definitely.
So that's good. Backbeat Rhythm is saying hi to everyone in the house. Good deal. And yes, if you do see anyone pop into the live stream, be sure to acknowledge them due to the large quantity of comments we go through here in our live stream. You know how we roll. Odds are you will get to them before we do. And it goes without saying that here at To Travel and Tour, we want everyone who comes here to feel welcome. Gary's pointing out, hey, I'm cruising in 4 days,
I
so what's your
know.
hold up? Yeah, 4 days and you're cruising again. That's awesome. That's awesome. Looks like Gary. Oh, this brings back memories. This comment here because he says to Megan here, my dance partner, how you be? So yeah, there might have been a moment in the Dominican
I
Republic.
don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No. What are we talking about?
You don't remember Gary like semi pole dancing
Yeah, but it
with
had
the
nothing to do
Duchess?
with the Duchess. I don't remember that.
There was like a joint effort between the two
I don't know
of
what
them.
happened. Apparently, I blacked.
We were all there.
I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
I think I have some footage of that somewhere. I can show it to you.
Okay, we'll watch it later.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Cruising Scene is in the house. Hello, all new to this channel. Well, that is
Hello.
fantastic. Big and warm welcome to you. Let me give you a quick rundown of how we roll here at To Travel on Tour. As far as live streams are concerned, you will notice that this is a very interactive live stream. So that is to say that we like to have actually a conversation in here with everyone in the chat, rather than just telling story after story while you slowly fall asleep. That is not how things are done here. So please tell us a little bit about yourself. Clearly, you do like your cruises. So,
but where are you from?
Where are you from? What cruise destinations in particular are you fond of? We're curious to getting you to know a little bit better. Then, Travel Adventures with Eric B in the house. What's up, fellow travelers? Well, what's up with you, my friend? Welcome back. Eric B, moderator in our International Travelers Hangout. Let's get some Louisiana jazz going for our friend Eric. Yeah, right there. All right, that's Travel Adventures with Eric B from the state of Louisiana. Tuning in once again. Welcome back. Anthony says here, I will be back Saturday for a party. I'm flying in the morning to New Jersey for his cousin's birthday party, then flying back home at night. Wow, you're going to all do all that at the same day. That's going to be a busy day for you, Anthony. Didn't you have the opportunity of just, getting a hotel somewhere or whatever and just flying back the next day? That would be a little less stressful, I would assume. Gary confirms what I just said, that yes, he did that dancing with the Duchess. I can't believe you don't remember that. It was hilarious.
I was probably somewhere doing something.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. Gary then says, and the bartender and anyone else who would have walked by. Yes, that too. I remember that as well. I do believe I do have your dance with the bartender on camera as well, Gary. Good times, right? Backbeat Rhythm pointing out 11 more fellow travelers to go till they hit 700. All right, good deal. Yeah, you're getting in the right direction there. Cruising Scene telling a little bit about themselves. They're from Texas, been on 15 cruises, got 4 boys, 3 grandchildren. Yes, we love to cruise. Thanks for having me. Well, thank you for joining us, and we're happy to have you here with us. That's awesome. Well, we are in Western Pennsylvania. I think we don't have quite been on 15 cruises yet. Maybe you come closer than I do.
I think I've been on 13.
13?
At this point, 13.
I don't think I've quite hit double digits yet, but I'm getting there. But we're more about all kinds of travel, so not just limited to cruising. So we also like our city trips. We like our all-inclusive resorts. Tours, of course. Yes, absolutely. So not too long ago, for instance, we directed a tour in the Southwest. We're both certified international tour managers. And we got to see a lot. All those places that the United States are famous for. So you're talking Monument Valley, Zion National Park, Grand Canyon, Bryce National Park. Those were all on the itinerary. It was absolutely fantastic to actually see all that. Let's see here. Oh, and by the way, yeah, you're probably thinking you don't sound too American.
Yeah, you do.
No, Kimberly, you don't sound American. Now, I know I was born a Dutchman, but I've been living in the States now for about 8 years, something like that. So, all right.
More than.
Yeah, more than at this point. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Mhm.
All right. Going down the comments here, Tommy says, we come to hear the moderator clips and stay for the conversation. Best intros on the two. All right. Oh, good deal. We're glad you feel about it that way.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Let's see. Anthony says, I could do that. I can stay at the family's house. Okay, well, then I highly recommend you do, Anthony, because otherwise that's going to be a
That's a
lot of
lot.
traveling for you in one day. You're going to be exhausted. So, Cruising Scene says they're originally from Connecticut, pretty close to PA. Well, closer than Texas for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not that far away. I'm trying to think here. Have I ever been to Connecticut? I don't think so.
Mhm.
I've been somewhat more in the direction, and so have you. With remember your cruise to New
Yeah, I've been
England?
to
It's
Maine and
like that direction. We have been to New York.
Massachusetts, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Cruising Scene then talking to Gary here. Awesome. Backbeat Rhythm saying thanks all. Okay, and looks like we are all caught up already then, which is great because that means that I can announce what we have for program tonight for you, but not before I give you a quick reminder. And that reminder is under the screen that you're watching right now, that there should be a little thumbs up, and we would incredibly appreciate it if you could hit that for us, because as you know, we're just a small channel and we could certainly use those thumbs up. So please do help us out, hit that thumbs up, and turn on that notification bell while you're at it, along with your subscription if you're not subscribed yet. We have a lot of content still coming for you. I was actually looking at my planning for premieres today, upcoming premieres of vlogs that we made. And it is the case that we are good for, well, almost halfway January at this point. So until about halfway January, there's going to be at least every other day something new here at To Travel and Tour. And in the weekend, there's actually going to be 2 days in a row, being Sunday and then that following Monday. So lots of content coming your way. Let's see what else. Gary and Cruising Scene having a conversation here. Awesome. Nick then traveling with Nick P in the house. Good evening, everybody. I am back home in Minnesota. My trip was epic and it has sparked something I thought was dead. I don't know what it is, but it could be the start of something good.
Okay.
Well,
we're interested.
Nick, I mean, you are certainly sharing
let us know what this is.
Bit of information with us, but you leave us with a lot of questions if you're going to leave it at that. So do tell, and we're particularly interested, of course, in on your epic train trip through the United States, what destinations truly stood out to you. Obviously, it would be way too much to go over every single place you've been. We know you've actually been to the TTT capital here to Greensburg. You have been through our little town here, which is fantastic. But do tell us what really stood out to you, and what is that something that you thought was dead? Please do let us know. Okay, so then the program that we have for you today. There are some topics we want to discuss with you.
I want to talk about Europe a little bit.
Yes. What about Europe?
I want to talk about what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about, travel and the era that we live in.
Right.
New rules coming in and things like that.
Okay. So, there's going to be some talk about Europe. There's also going to be some talk about our Egypt trip next year. As a matter of fact, at some point, we're going to show you what that Egypt trip is about. So if you haven't seen that little video yet that I made for that trip, stay tuned because you are going to see it. Then there was something else we were going to discuss. I know there was.
I'm sure there is. don't know what it is,
Again,
but we'll find out.
are we again in that situation where neither one of us remembers what we were going to talk about? That is brilliant.
Yeah, we're really good at this. I know we were talking about Europe.
Yeah, but you already mentioned that.
What else is this week?
There was Europe, there was Egypt, and I hear crickets chirping.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I guess we will. Okay, good. I'm sure that, like 45 minutes from now, I will get to it. Nick, in response to our question, says it concerns a woman. Just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Okay.
Of course, we respect that, Nick. Not at all a problem, but of course, we hope that.
Good luck.
Best of luck to you, and whatever the outcome is, we hope it will be what you want it to be. Nick then says, the place that surprised me the most was Los Angeles. It is a beautiful city and not as bad as people make it seem. Really? That's great. That's great.
Baby dog.
Yeah, I remember that, Nick, that I was watching a vlog of yours just the other day about entering the Los Angeles area. And it seemed like something that you were interested in seeing. So did you actually go explore Los Angeles? Like, what places did you visit out there? The Duchess says she's a little bit concerned that I won't be going to Italy next month. If the US starts requiring 24 tests to come home, it will definitely add some difficulty to coming home.
Yes.
Yes, that is for sure true. Yeah.
I know. And we got to watch too, because might as well just get into this whole Europe thing. With the new variant, some of the countries are kind of like starting to, I think that Great Britain was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it seems like pretty much everybody has, South Africa, and I think, and several other countries in Africa are just, no, you're just no, you're not coming in. It just isn't happening.
Right.
So there's changes are happening again. And of course, they found it again. They found the virus here in the United States today.
Yeah, that Omicron variant or whatever they called it.
Yeah. I don't know why this one sounds like a transformer, but anyways, we want to go to see his family so bad.
It has been 2 years at this point. It's
And,
a little bit too long.
And we're just like, we want to go so bad. And every day I'm reading the new stuff. He's reading the stuff, both reading the stuff. His mom's reading the stuff there. Although the last time they shut down, we found out that they were shutting down before she did. Because I messaged her and I'm like, it's not looking good, Barbara. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, and by that, she contacted me. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, because, and the thing is, on the Dutch website, they don't take everything down.
No.
They leave everything up, even when it's doesn't pertain to
because
anymore.
that way you know what the rules were 3 weeks and 5 days ago.
But the thing is, they're not dated, so you don't know what the most current thing is, which is frustrating.
Nope. That's exactly right. And I was actually reading some Dutch news today, and there are voices going up now for making your vaccination card no longer valid than like a period of 9 months. So basically, after 9 months of having been vaccinated and getting your paperwork, guess what? You get to start over again.
But they're not even given full shots again.
Well, so, I don't know if the requirement will be that you just get a booster, or they have yet to work that out. But I don't like the way this is headed. I can tell you that. It's going to cause a lot of complications, and particularly with the way the Netherlands has been mismanaging things, because they have been mismanaging things. I know it's the country where I was born, but I am rather harsh in my criticism towards them. It's an epic failure the way they handled it. It makes no sense at all. And I'm sorry, but if you're gonna write on your own official government website that while you're traveling, the rules may change.
That happened to those people from South Africa.
Come
They
on.
kept them on a plane. They wouldn't let them off the plane.
What are they going to do? Just stay on the plane
Yeah, they
indefinitely?
did. 4 hours. Over 4 hours, these people were on the plane. They weren't even given water.
That's outrageous.
Outrageous.
Yeah. So, these are indeed concerns to be addressed. And, of course, with our upcoming trip to the Netherlands in, supposedly 3 weeks from now, we are closely monitoring the situation. So far, we are still good to go.
But like it's a little different. Like Megan has gone with her mom, and they're going to Italy.
Yeah.
Now they don't want to go to. If we go to the Netherlands and the restaurants aren't open past 5 o'clock, okay, that's all right. Well, eat at his family's house, and we're good and we're fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, Megan and her mom don't want to go to the Airbnb and order, Domino's pizza.
No.
In Italy.
That would be no bueno.
In Italy. It's not, I mean, their purpose is to tour and all that, and ours is more so to visit family.
Yeah.
So what might make Megan cancel may not make us cancel.
True. All right, back to the comments in the chat then. I see several coming in. Dan says, Europe, Egypt, and with the
Mexico!
other topic, was it Mexico that you're going to talk? Then there's always a chance that we will be talking about Mexico sooner or later. So don't be surprised if that is going to happen later on. Nick then says, we were 3 hours late into Los Angeles, so I had to hop a cab after I paid to have my bags held. I made it to my full day tour of Los Angeles with 3 minutes to spare. Ooh, that was a close call. But hey, you made it, and that is all that counts in the end. Let's see here. Then he says, we got stuck behind a broken freight train near Houston for 3 hours. Good for nothing Union Pacific Railroad. That was the company that hosted the train from Houston all the way to Los Angeles. Oh, well, it doesn't sound like you were too happy with them, Nick. And given all those delays, I cannot blame you. Duchess then says 24-hour testing is on the table now, but the difference in the current 72-hour requirement
to come back home.
Yeah, the 72-hour would be more reasonable in my opinion. 24 hours, that basically tells me they don't want you to travel. Yeah. And they will make it as difficult as possible for you to travel to discourage you from going. Then Gary, mask mandates for flying that were supposed to be expiring soon are being extended to March. Yeah, it figures.
Now that
Yeah. On a little bit of a brighter note, the Omicron variant that has been found so far doesn't look to be extremely dangerous.
So far.
It's not a good thing, of course, but in the greater scope of things, it is so far not turning out to be a very dangerous variant. So hopefully we'll be able to get this under control very, very shortly. Rob from Cruising on the High Seas is in the house. Hello there. Regular here in the live stream. Welcome back. And Gary then says, the Netherlands is going to shut down travel quarantine for you for 10 days. Oh, I'm sure.
If they do, then we're not going.
Yeah, if that is the case, then forget about it. And we have to postpone yet again. Let's see here. And then the Dutch is saying, US may soon be announcing a mandatory 24-hour test to come home from international destinations.
Yeah,
big diff. Then is the comment there twice?
I don't know.
No, here.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a different one, Kimberly. Don't tell me I already went over a comment if I didn't. I think she just added something to it, though. But yeah, the 24-hour test, that is just crazy. Then, Cruising Scene, noting that it is also said, yeah, it sure is. Because, and the thing is, for a while back there, it really seemed like we were headed in the right direction with cruising coming back. No more mask mandates in all-inclusive resorts, really. And then all of a sudden, you get this again, and boom, we're back to square one. And it's really getting old, and you can tell people are getting fed up with it worldwide.
You know what? They need to not do what they're talking about there with it. Here's the thing. Okay. I understood all the testing, especially when nobody was vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
That made a lot of sense. But now the majority of people are, and we got to get back to living.
Yeah, we do.
And
We're way
I
past due
mean,
for
I
that.
think the 72 hours testing is your abundance of caution. That's fine. You know, we take our little test with us and we can do, I mean, we can even do ours 24 hours in advance if we want, because
Yeah.
we're bringing a test with us. Eddie, I know you went out. And Eddie's very upset by all this. He doesn't like all the testing. Hi, Eddie. Tell them, Eddie.
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah. What?
You don't like all the testing, do you?
No.
Tell them. Eddie, tell them. Come on.
I'm not going to. He's just not going to. He's like, what? Me? Oh my God.
Eddie, say it out loud. Nah, he didn't fall for that one. Dan is saying that the US may require rapid PCR, but that is a rumor.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? That would be really hard to accomplish because those are expensive, and your resorts aren't going to be able. Well, and no, it's not going to work.
No. Tommy says here, hopefully this knee-jerk reaction to Omicron will be short-lived. Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah, Eddie
that's
thinks
right.
so
See,
too.
now Eddie
yeah.
finally lets it be known that he does agree.
Yes.
Don't you, Eddie? Eric goes, I love this virus. Sad no person who ever lived. Yeah, really. Ain't that the truth? The Down Under cruisers are in the house all the way from Australia. Good day, folks. Are we talking about the big Fisher illness again? Just get vaccinated, says Sean. Yeah, the only thing is, it seems like you can just keep going because now they're talking in Europe about making it only valid for like 9 months, like your vaccination card. So basically, after that, you can start going back again.
Do you want me to take? I'm going to take him.
Yeah, Eddie has once again scheduled to needing to go.
Yeah, he needs to go right now
during our live stream, which has happened on more than one occasion. What are you doing, Kimberly? Are you having fun? What is wrong with you? Just take the dog already. Oh my goodness. All right. But yeah, 9 months only, Sean. So I don't know if they're actually going to go through with that. I hope they won't. But if that is the case, then it's going to keep travel to Europe rather complicated. Eric noting that the 24-hour rule, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with that. And like I said, that tells me that such a rule would only be put in place to truly discourage people from traveling at all. That is the only reason. Gary then says, I wonder if the 24-hour testing will apply to cruise ships as there is no testing now. Who knows? Time will tell. And you know what? Within the cruising industry, Gary, there might be differences too. Celebrity might not be having the same rules as Carnival, and Holland America may have something different, and Princess may have something different, and the list goes on like that. We have seen that in recent days, how different cruise lines are handling their anti-COVID measures in different ways. So there's really no telling what's going to happen there. But it does seem so far like the CDC is letting the cruise lines handle it for the most part themselves. And I do hope it stays that way, because back when the CDC was far more involved, that was a disaster. Okay, Backbeat Rhythm having a good laugh about Eddie here. Gary says it's done with the subject. Yeah, I know. It's not exactly a subject we wanted to talk about, but it just came about. Backbeat Rhythm says only got the shot because of the fact that they put so many allergy meds in me because it's made from soy and highly allergic to soy. Oh, yeah. That would make sense then. Down on the cruises, voicing their support for the vaccine. Okay. All right. Well, guess what? I actually do remember, believe it or not, the other topic that we were going to talk about. And that topic is airports. You may have been at an airport or two this year or last year. And me and Kimberly are wondering, out of all of those, which one is your favorite? So in the past year, if you've traveled, what is your favorite airport? And of course, we want to know why. So don't just say, I don't know, Detroit. and then not say why. We want to know why. Why? What is it that makes that airport stand out to you?
Oh yeah, that's what we want to talk about, airports.
Yes, Kimberly, that's right.
Yay!
I remember. All right.
I do apologize. Eddie had to smell every single blade of grass in the garden.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Yes, I want you to know that all the blades of grass have been approved.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Gary says most interesting was Punta Cana because of the thatched roofs.
That was cool.
That is exactly right. And you know what? I kind of have to make myself aware that yes, Punta Cana was this year. It was only back in May that we went there. Seems like forever ago, but it only was back in May. And that is truly one of the impressions that was a lasting one. The thatched roofs like that was absolutely amazing. I've never seen an airport like that. Sadly, things did not get better from there during our Punta Cana trip. Even though we did have some good laughs and some fun throughout. I mean, we had a fantastic group to travel with, so that was not the issue. But yeah.
Eddie, you just were out.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants now. Tommy Dodson says that Munich is his favorite. The Franz Josef Strauss Airport. Easy layout, typically efficient immigration, great signage, and of course, German food. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It is a great airport.
Tell you what, there was a time that I would be flying out of Munich into the United States. As a matter of fact, it was the airport that I flew out of when I immigrated to the United States. That was a flight Munich to Pittsburgh with a layover in Chicago O'Hare. And yeah, I'm all too familiar with Munich Airport. I am. And it is a great airport indeed. And it has been a long time since I've been there, though, and no doubt it would be good to be back at some point. Sean and Alana saying, my favorite airport is one that gets me headed to my cruise.
Yeah.
So not too picky there, are you, Sean? Dan Zult says, Minneapolis, the food and shops. In the years before I retired, I did my Christmas shopping there. Did you?
Wow, that's great.
That must have been really good then. That's awesome. Now, is that like the duty-free shops you're talking about then, Dan? Or is there like a separate area that has like a mall or something? I mean,
it used to be back before 9/11. I know, like down at Pittsburgh Airport, you could go shopping down there just to go shopping at the airport. But then 9/11 and all the security and everything changed all of that.
Yeah. I see Nathan Rita has joined us. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Gary says best one is ATI for me because it has a 2 Michelin star restaurant that we try to hit on Concourse D. ATI. Do you mean ATI or ATL?
ATL's Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking it might be Atlanta, or is ATI a different one? It could
Not
be.
that I know of.
Gary, you tell me. What is it?
He's all worked up,
yeah,
Daddy.
I don't know what's the matter with him. He has been good all day, and now we're having our live stream. Maybe he's upset that not all attention goes to him now, because he does get jealous.
Yes, he does. Definitely.
Eric says Dallas, Fort Worth because of the food and lounges, but also like Charlotte, just not as good on the restaurants. Okay, all right, that's fair. I haven't been to Dallas Airport yet, but we'll keep that in mind for sure. Backbeat written like Shanghai. Okay, why? Why did you like Shanghai? Gary says, haven't gotten to it in a while though. Okay. Oh, yes, he did mean Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta has been hit or miss for us, really. I've had good experience. I've had bad experience. So, but it's not to the point that I would never travel through there anymore. So, Eric says he wants to go to Singapore airport so bad. Okay, why? Why is that, Eric? Why?
You know, I know what I did one time.
What?
Okay, was I in the Netherlands? I must have been in the Netherlands. Or it could have been Germany. It could have been either, to be honest. And I was at the airport and I got in the wrong line. And this line was really short. And I go up and the gentleman sitting there and I, had my stuff. And he's like, where are you going today? I said, Pittsburgh. And he's like, this is Singapore Air. And I'm like, well, that sounds a lot more exciting than Pittsburgh. And he goes, it is.
That's so funny. Look here in the house.
Hello.
It is Cindy from Spike's Great Adventures. Hola, mucho gusto. Hello, I've been learning Spanish for real. Oh, look at you go. Well, let me say this then to you, Cindy. Bienvenidos, guapa. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, Cruising Scene saying, what kind of dog do you have? Well,
he is.
You know what? I think it's time for Eddie's screen time. Eddie! Come here. Come. No, that's the other way. Okay, then you pick him up.
You want to come on up?
Yeah. Okay, now don't change your density, Eddie. Here he comes. We'll show you.
Mama's boy.
So behold, here
This
is our
is
Eddie. Show him a little
I'm
bit.
trying. He's
Eddie, come on.
Look,
Show your little face.
show them how handsome you are. See?
So Eddie is a Coryon, which is to say a hybrid between a Papillon and a Corgi.
He's a rescue.
That's at least what we figure, because whenever you type in Coryon in Google, you basically get pictures of Eddie. So we were figuring that's what he is. We figure he is what, 4 years old?
About 4.
We got him only last year. We were looking for a cat, came home with a dog, as you can see. That was an interesting story because we used to have a cat who had come with me from Germany when I immigrated to the United States. Now that cat passed away back in 2017. Since then, we didn't have any pets, and then came the point that we were ready for another cat, and so we went looking for another cat and didn't find a cat, but we did find a dog. So that is what ended up happening there. The Duchess of Drinks then says, any airport with an Amex Centurion lounge I'm a fan of. Favorite one in Europe is Schiphol. Yeah, Schiphol Airport, the Amsterdam Airport. Yes, how can it not be? I cannot blame you there, Megan. Signage is fantastic out there, second to none. Truly second to none. Lots and lots of places to eat and drink something. It has all the facilities you need. It has hotels on site. There's truly everything you need. Then, in response to our question, he says that, well, it's almost like a mall. I flew Cleveland to Hibbing, Minnesota every week through MSP for many years. Oh, okay. Well, then you are very familiar with that. Then Gary says, scariest airport, though not this year, was Frankfurt. Really? Frankfurt? That surprises me. Because that is a major port of entry, I should say, to Europe. And yeah, that surprises me. So what made it scary then? Megan, then, Singapore has the best rated airport in the world. It freaking has a pool and a butterfly garden. Really want to hit that up. So as soon as you get to Singapore, apparently you don't need to go far until you hit
Just
your
the
first,
airport.
Sightseeing
The excursions
area.
at the airport.
Yeah, excursion at the airport. Blackbeat Rhythm is a fan of the artwork at Shanghai Airport. Cindy saying, LOL, not that fluent, Neil, only on first lesson. Okay. Hey, Eddie. All right. Cindy says hi to you, Eddie. Well, at least you're already retaining words, Cindy, so that's great. Eric says, I have seen so many videos of that Singapore airport and it looks so lively. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Cruising Scene saying, oh my gosh, so cute. He seems like a good dog. He is. He is. The only thing is he is really, really skittish. We're talking, the poor creature is afraid of his own shadow. He scares real easily and he doesn't like anyone but me and Kimberly. But like we said, he is a rescue and we figure that things, unfortunately, may have happened to him in the past. And but now he is living the good life.
Eddie, yeah.
It's pillows, blankets, belly rubs, everything a dog could possibly want. This dog is spoiled.
He's our baby dog.
Back with him saying Neil and Kimberly wanted a cat and got a dog. Yes, that's exactly what happened there. Sometimes, things take unexpected turns like that. The Duchess then said, I found Frankfurt to be very nice when I was there back in 19. Okay, so 2 different experiences there. Eric points out that he believes that the Singapore airport has a giant waterfall. Really?
Waterfall.
Want to go to Singapore and check it out?
Just go to the airport.
Just go to the airport. Gary says that at Frankfurt Airport there were soldiers on the tarmac in front of all the luggage with M16s as we had to pick out our luggage before they would load it on the plane. Okay.
That's weird. Maybe they're having a problem.
It is possible, but do keep in mind, it's not the first time that I have heard of military presence at an airport. They were in Belgium when we were there.
That was right after.
Personally, things like that don't bother me. If anything, it makes me feel more safe. After all, those soldiers are there for your own protection and those of other passengers and other fellow travelers. So, and then personnel working at the airport, of course. Doesn't bother me. And matter of fact, I've even seen them at some all-inclusive resorts in Mexico. And again, it really doesn't bother me. If anything, I appreciate the presence there. Dutch is telling Eric we really need to go there. She says that she believes they also have a free movie theater. What? Are you kidding? I thought Schiphol Airport was great, but seems like there is some improvement to be done in that case.
Yes,
I mean, pool, movie theater. Who needs an all-inclusive resort in the Orient if you can just go out there?
Just go to Singapore.
To the airport. Yeah, Sean confirming Singapore Airport has an amazing swimming pool as well. Okay. We need to check out Singapore Airport at some point, apparently. Well, sooner or later. I mean, we haven't quite made it to the Orient yet, but we're open to going there. So, Jeffrey Resendiz, also known as the Jamestown Baseball Commissioner in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Well, hello to you, Jeffrey. How have you been? Back with Rhythm saying, if you're talking about the Sweden airport, it's absolutely fantastic. I stopped there when I was in the military. Really? Sweden airport? Do you mean Stockholm? Capital? Okay. So, Kimberly, out of the airports we have visited this year, what would you say would be like your favorite?
Okay, I love Moab.
Okay.
And
tell them why Moab.
Okay.
And where that even is.
Okay. I didn't know where it was before this year. And we flew from Vegas to Moab, and it's just the tiniest little airport I've ever seen in my life. They actually put our luggage through a fence onto, it looked like a feeding trough.
Feeding trough.
That's what it looked like. But all outside, nothing inside, and take your luggage and go. And that was it. Yeah. I mean, I went in this little building because when we first got there, we got off the plane and you walked to this area. And I went inside thinking, okay, they're going to do something and bring the luggage. It'll come inside. No.
There were hardly any markings as to where to walk even. You just
There was a guy sitting in there and he's like, the luggage will be right there.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Okay. But the bathroom was over there. So I went to the bathroom and got the luggage and we were ready to go. Yeah. It was hysterical. I've never seen anything like that.
No, that was odd.
Our little Latrobe airport.
Yeah, we thought that was small.
Yeah. No. Now we're providing we get to go to the Netherlands, we are going to get to vlog another airport.
Which one?
Johnstown.
Yeah, I suppose we would. Yeah.
Yeah, another
small airport. Yeah, we'll see if we can do some recording there. Gary here says what was really frustrating is that the baby's car seat was already missing and Eva wasn't going to break the law when we landed back home. Yeah, that would be a bad plan. Yeah. Well, as for me, let me try and think here. What airport did I really like? Well, from an aesthetic point of view, I agree with Gary. The Punta Cana airport.
Yeah, it was really neat.
I mean, with those stretch hats, the roofs like that. that is really unique. I haven't seen that anywhere else whatsoever. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. Now, as far as from an organizational point of view is concerned,
Schiphol?
we haven't been there this year.
Oh.
No. Usually, not a year passes by without hitting Schiphol Airport, but
Yeah.
this year, unfortunately, that hasn't happened. Well, not yet. It might come in 3 weeks, but again, it all depends on where the world will be at that point.
Pittsburgh has good organization.
I think I'm
It
just,
does.
I'm just gonna mention Pittsburgh.
You too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I mean, do we ever really have major issues there? I don't think so.
Okay. We did. No, not. I did. I did.
When?
When Continental
Well, okay, but that is how many years ago?
10.
I mean, you're Continental. First of all, that's an airline that doesn't even exist anymore.
It was really epically bad.
Oh yeah. I mean, you kind of had to explain to
how
the
to
lady
do a
behind the
job.
counter how to do her job, and it was
Yeah.
funny. Well, why don't you put the people from that flight onto this flight that now has more seats since they missed it? Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's great. Dan says in Hibbing, the gate agents would close the counter and load your luggage on the plane. Really? So basically, there is not a separate division then apparently out there in Hibbing that takes care of your luggage. Just if you work the counter in Hibbing, guess what? You get to load all the luggage you put on that belt too, if they even have a belt. Gary says, I do love I slip in and out real fast. What's exactly the name of that airport, and where is that, Gary? I'm figuring there's a typo involved in here, so do let me know. So, are there any other airports that really stood out to you that you traveled to this year, and if so, why? Because that's, of course, what we want to know. Doesn't seem like many more.
Overall, over all time, what is your favorite airport?
All-time favorite airport. Ooh. That is a tough one. It might very well in the end be Schiphol Airport, which is funny because that is where it all started for me as far as air travel is concerned. And I've been to numerous airports since. But yeah, I think Schiphol Airport really is onto something. The organization is overall fantastic. Signage is great. So many places to eat and drink. Lots of shops. They even have, like, I believe, an observation deck or something from where you can just go plane spotting if you want. And yeah, I don't. There's only one time out of all the times that I have flown out of there that I remember there being issues, but that might have had to do with an individual airline and the way they had organized things. So, but yeah, overall, really can't complain. Now, I will say the biggest surprise was Detroit.
That's a lovely airport.
We had a layover in Detroit at some point a few years ago. And we were like, Detroit. Yeah, that might not be the greatest airport to transfer through, but yeah, it is what it is. It is just a layover, you know. And we get there, and it's like, this is fantastic. I mean, it was clean. It was incredibly modern. They had like a little monorail or something, or train indoor, just driving like when you looked up. On some tracks or whatever that was actually transport, and then they had, of course, that what was it, General Tso's cauliflower or whatever. So they had some really good food out there, and I believe the flights were on time. It wasn't very busy. It was really a great airport, much to our surprise. Because we thought, okay, the airport is going to be representing and be in line with the city it belongs to. Nothing was less true. Eric says that he has been to 45 airports. I would love to rate them all, but it's hard to rate when many were only on one trip. Yeah, that's exactly right, Eric. I agree with that. you can't really know for sure how fond you are of an airport until you have been there more than just one time. Now you
And,
can have a good first experience.
and you know what, too? A lot depends on if you went through, maybe you, if it is just like from here to Fort Lauderdale, you're not going to go through immigration and all of that. But if you're going internationally, you might not like coming into such and such airport because maybe that's a more difficult line or they do things weird like Chicago. Because we didn't like that coming through immigration.
Honestly, you dislike O'Hare Airport far more than I do.
And that's what we're doing this next time through.
I think we just took a wrong turn somewhere. There
It
must
was
have been
awful.
something that didn't go right. But again, when the time that I flew in to immigrate, I had no issues at all, none whatsoever. Gary then says you pronounce it correctly. It is on Central Long Island. Oh,
Okay.
really? Okay, that explains it. The Duchess then, I think they would agree that Charles de Gaulle Airport, that's Paris, is a no bueno. Nice architecture, but terribly laid out.
I've not been there.
Honestly, Megan, I cannot say because I've not been there. I've been to Paris, but we came in by high-speed train. And that is how we did not end up ever going through that airport. And remarkably, we have never really flown into Europe through Charles de Gaulle either. Probably because most of the time when we are flying to Europe, it's to visit family in the Netherlands. And just like Charles de Gaulle, Amsterdam Airport is one of the major port of entry airports in Europe, along with Charles de Gaulle and Frankfurt and London, of course, London Heathrow. So we hardly ever really come
That's
close
not my
to
favorite airport.
going to Paris. What?
London Heathrow.
What's wrong with London?
There are certain things I don't like about it.
Like what? I have no issues with it.
It takes a long time to get through it, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a big airport.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And they have it set up that you have to walk through the shops with your luggage, and I don't like that. You can't. It's not like you're walking outside, and you actually have to walk through them to get to things, and not just directly. It was like around and about, and you have to go through. I didn't like it. I did not like that at all.
Yeah. Duchess then says JFK is a fantastic Delta lounge with a huge terrace that is great for plane spotting.
There you go.
See, I would like to spend some time in a lounge like that, and because I do like my plane spotting. I think that's fun. Gary then says, we all know you didn't have a great time at Midway this year.
No.
Oh, okay. I think this might be interesting for... oh, wait, Cruising Team's actually going to go eat. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us today. It was great having you. And hopefully we will see you again in here soon and to talk some more travel. But yeah, for those of you who are unaware what happened that time at Chicago Midway, yeah, very simply put, our flight was canceled.
Yeah.
And that was the last plane to Pittsburgh. So we spent an overnight at Chicago Midway Airport.
Till 5 a.m.
During which part of the time we spent there, we just did a live stream because, might as well make the most of it. That's exactly what we did. We got ourselves some supplies, and yeah, that's truly what we did. We just made the most of it. That's all you can do. Of course, there was no direct flight from Midway to Pittsburgh. We had to go through Baltimore first.
We weren't supposed to. We were supposed to go right from Midway to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, that ended up not happening.
Because we had come from Seattle.
Yeah.
So it was Seattle to Midway, and then Midway to Pittsburgh. We're supposed to even stay on the same plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did not go.
No, it didn't. Megan says, love Detroit Airport. You would never assume it would be that nice based on the city it is located. Yeah, we feel exactly the same way about it, Megan. Exactly the same way. Backbeat Rhythm notes, beautiful background. That's another thing on our program. Of course, it's going to be a guess the background thing going on here in a little bit. Eric then says, I went to Detroit Airport in 2014. Don't really remember it that well. Okay, yeah, it's been a while then, but... if you ever have to transfer through there for whatever reason, Eric, that is perfectly fine. You won't regret it. The Duchess agrees with you, Kimberly, that O'Hare is not the best. Backbeat Rhythm goes a step further and calls it flat out the worst airport. So you do have some support there. Tommy says that Charles de Gaulle is one of my least favorite, especially for transfer. I avoid whenever I can. Best thing about it is the overpriced chocolate and macaroons. Well, there you go. Then Eric says, I've been now 3 of the 6 airports in London: Stansted, Gatwick, and Heathrow. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to think here if I ever flown out of Gatwick. If I did, it must have been when I was a little boy, but I think it was just Heathrow. Not 100% sure, though. Midway and O'Hare, I suspect me rhythm. I tell you what, I had no issues with Midway whatsoever. There's plenty of places to go get something to eat, and it's not ridiculously busy out there. The airport itself was okay. There's no issues there. Then Eric says, downtown Detroit is pretty nice. Just got to stay away from the hood, which is 60% of the city. There's a way to make an observation, Eric.
Let's just guess the background.
Yes, we haven't done that yet, so let's get to that. We are going to show you the background we have selected for tonight. So there you go. It looks like something very, very decorative, as in something on a ceiling. And that truly takes up almost the whole picture. So that means that it is going to be a tough one for you guys in the chat to guess, because there are no obvious landmarks. There's no Big Ben in the background. There is no palm tree anywhere to be seen. So where could this be? So, Kimberly, I think we should up the stakes and double the amount of points that could be awarded. 2 million points today instead of 1 million. Now, we can tell you this picture did come from us. So it was not another fellow traveler who sent it to us. But it did come from us. Now, if you do want us to use your picture for our background, feel free to submit those pictures to 2travelandtour@gmail.com. So just the name of our channel all at once at gmail.com. Attach the photo in your email, of course, and briefly write that you give us permission to use your picture for that purpose. Now, mind you, it has to be a picture you've taken yourself. I mean, obviously, everyone can just go out on Google, grab a picture, and, there's no fun in that. It has to be a picture that you took yourself. All right. Backbeat Rhythm noting that Heathrow can be hectic. Yeah, it's definitely a more busy airport. But Schiphol Airport, in all fairness, is just as busy. I mean, those are just big airports. They get a lot of passengers every year, and that's just what's going on there. Eric says he went to Midway and O'Hara on the same trip. Really? That's interesting. So all your layovers took place out there in the north, huh? Gary says that is probably a ceiling of a hotel that we have not seen before. Okay. All right. Fair observation. Backbeat Rhythm asking to see it again. Absolutely. We can make that happen. So there you go. And like I said, it is truly taking up just about the entire picture, this ceiling ornament here. It's absolutely gorgeous, that's for sure. Dan Zulce guesses it's the Sistine Chapel.
No.
Well, we are not answering yet what the correct answer is, Kimberly. The Duchess is figuring it's our dining room.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, Megan, all of a sudden, we got several zeros added to our subscribers. Yes. So that's now 150 million.
Yes.
And, sure.
And they're all watching everything.
And they're all watching from the first second to the last.
Yes. And they all super chatted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gary is kind of like, thinking out loud. He goes, so my guess would be somewhere where?
Mexico. Oh. I don't want to yell. Eddie's on my lap.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do that. He will get scared. That's right. All right. So Gary goes with Mexico. Tommy says, ceiling of your master bath in your seaside Florida estate. Wow. The confidence our fellow travelers have in our channel, apparently. Megan says definitely agrees with Walmart then.
You got me. You got me.
Yeah, that's totally it. How would you guess that, Megan?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's great. Eric says that he flew into O'Hare and out of Midway. Oh, okay. And that was on your Iceland trip. Ah, that explains it. Gary says one of the resorts you toured. Okay.
But which one, Gary?
All right. Okay, so yeah, I think we can give a hint. Huh? I mean, Gary is really in a direction. We have to acknowledge that.
Okay, it's not Iceland.
It's not Iceland, indeed. No, but I don't think that is what Eric was talking about.
I know.
But it is indeed one of the resorts that Kimberly toured. Note, Kimberly, not me. That means that there is only a select amount of resorts within our videos that that would be applicable in this case. Gary says that he saw 4 of them, but not that picture.
Maybe that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It hasn't been published yet.
This one, no, it hasn't. Has not been published yet.
There's another hint.
Yeah. Which means that we're actually playing dirty here.
Yeah, we are.
Eric says, no, not Iceland. That was a different one back in 2017. Oh, okay. All right. Bahia, says the Duchess. Is that the name of one of them? Nah. Well, maybe we should just give the answer away. Gary says, I don't know all the hotels you went to.
And why don't you, Gary?
You don't?
Come on, Gary.
Of course, you're supposed to know every single spot we've ever been, Gary. All right. So, what you're seeing behind us is actually, it is indeed, well, it's not quite a hotel. It's an all-inclusive resort by the name of Rio Palace Las Americas.
Yes.
And no, that is a vlog that is still coming your way. We have not published that yet. But it is drop dead
It's
gorgeous.
a beautiful resort.
I mean,
it really has a Spanish feel to it. It is gorgeous. It really is. Very different from the other reunions we've stayed at. Really an elegant, and this one is adult only.
Yeah, this is an adult only resort, and like I said. That video, let me have a quick glance here at my planning. Let's have a look. So that is going to be premiering actually at the...
That's a good timing then.
Yeah, on this coming Monday. So this coming Monday, the 6th of December at 7:45 p.m. That is when this vlog will be premiering. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful resort, and actually one that me and Kimberly consider going to at some point. Nope, didn't see that one, says Gary. Oh, Megan and I are in, he says. Duchess asking, is that the one that Heather and Dawn went to? Yes. So yeah, Heather and Dawn from Texans Who Travel, they actually did stay here. I do not believe they vlogged the place, but yeah, they did stay there. Tommy says, oh man, that was going to be my next guess after all the other hotels in the world. Ah, that's great. Gary says, Eva and Nick can stay home.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. I see how it is. Dutch is saying, definitely down, Gary. All right. Yeah, so, but yeah, according to Dawn and Heather, it's a nice resort. And
they liked Rio Palace Peninsula better.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering is, did they like it so much better because we had such a great group?
There was that too, because we did have an absolutely amazing group at the Rio Palace Peninsula. So, but hey, we can have another amazing group at this one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sooner or later, we just might end up there. Dan has to go. Have a great week, everyone. He says, well, hey, Dan, right back at you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Soon.
And hopefully we'll see you soon. We are still due to get together at some point somewhere in the border region of Ohio and Pennsylvania. That is going to happen at some point. Okay. So yes, that is the background. And actually this is right in the lobby. So you come into this all-inclusive resort and it's pretty much right there already. It's like the wow effect, basically, as soon as you come in. Backbeat Rhythm saying my phone froze where was the background. So this is in Mexico at an all-inclusive resort by the name of Rio Palace Las Americas. So that is where this was taken, and to be precise, in the lobby area. Gary says, hey, we had a great group at the Rio Palace, whatever in the DR. The Rio Palace Bavaro, yes, we did. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for that group, it would really have been a waste of time going there. It really would have been. There were just so many things that got messed up on that trip. That were no bueno. That all-inclusive resort wasn't helping with at all.
Although there are things that will never go away, that will always be part of our dialogue when we all talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like Neil, the other night, he messaged me from Sheets. They were having problems with their online ordering system, and he texted me, "No food lady."
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly. That is where the legendary no food lady situation took place.
Yeah, and in the DR. So he texts me, "No food lady." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, the system crashed."
Can you imagine that? An all-inclusive resort and a waiter tells you no food lady. It's like
Megan knows all about it.
Yeah, our Duchess of Drinks is all too familiar with that.
I missed it. I would have loved to see that look on her face.
I know. That would be epic. It would absolutely be epic.
He took her little beeper and told her, "No food lady."
Backbeat Rhythm already kind of was guessing Mexico. And then Gary says, unfortunately, that was our first ever all-inclusive and could be Eva's last one. Oy, oy, oy. I hope not. I hope that you will be able to convince Eva that is not up to standards what happened out there. So, yeah. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? We are going to be, or are we going to do that next time?
Next
Egypt?
time.
Yeah, I think we should save Egypt for next time.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be wrapping it up here soon.
I think so too. Look at Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie is already falling asleep.
Look,
yeah.
Can you see him?
I think if I, he's like, oh, I'm on camera.
No, it's all about Eddie.
It's all about Eddie. That's right. Let's see here. Eric knows that the Rio Palace Peninsula spoiled us. Oh, yes. That was a great resort. We go back there anytime. And Gary says, we had a good time, but not at that place again. No, don't you worry. We're not headed there. Eva needs a round 2 in a different country. Ops Megan. Yeah, I agree with that. Down Under Cruisers suggest Australia.
If anybody could get in.
Yeah, there is that issue, of course, but I do believe some things are changing out there. So
I hope so.
That would be good for sure, because then poor Aussies have been locked up for way too long at this point. Gary says, please call my dog by his proper name. It's Edward. Oh,
no, exactly. It's actually Eduardo.
Actually, Eric has his full name here, Edward Edison.
Nope, it's Eduardo. It's Eduardo.
Oh, that's great. All right. We're going to start wrapping it up in here because it's a really quiet evening from what it looks like. So let's have a look here at the schedule about what's coming up. Well, of course, the day after tomorrow, Friday night at 11 p.m. EST, that is, we have, of course, our Night Owl edition. So that's when we will be having a lot of fun again with our All Roads Lead to Travel game. So there will be that. Then we have in the weekend. So that means on... see, that is Sunday the 5th of December, 7:45 p.m. EST, another vlog for you about our tour in the southwest of the United States, being the Grand Canyon. That's a nice vlog, if I may say so myself. There's a lot of absolutely stunning scenery that I captured and included in it. And then following that Sunday, that Monday, we have the Rio Palace Las Americas that we discussed earlier, and that you can actually see that's where our background comes from. So that will be premiering one day later on Monday the 6th of December, also at 7:45 p.m. EST. And then after that, of course, 2 days later, we are back with our customary Wednesday edition for our live stream. Back with Rhythm saying good night all. Sean saying, thought Kimberly was tired of saying Mexico, so I thought Australia. Hey, if there is ever going to be a trip to Australia for us, trust me, there will be a travel cry for Australia.
Oh, definitely.
Gary says, I have a 6 a.m. flight on Saturday morning. World's biggest ditch. Yeah, 6 a.m. And then I certainly don't envy you. I mean, we kind of did that, but I think our flight was even earlier out to
our flight
for
left
our
at like
group, for our mini
5:20.
cruise. Yeah, that was a pain. Jeffrey says, I hope everyone have a great Thursday. I'm going to help tomorrow morning set up for the Christmas bazaar that he belongs to on Saturday. Okay, good for you, Jeffrey. That's awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been a quiet evening, but hey, that happens sometimes. So if you did spend some time in here, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
And special thank you to our moderators in the chat who made sure that once again that everything went nice and smooth. On your way out, please do remember to hit those thumbs up for us, please. That would be a big help. We would very much appreciate that. And double check to make sure that you are subscribed with the notification bell on, so you will be among the first ones to be notified whenever we have new content coming out. All right. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, this is Neil.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is To Travel and Tour TV. Good night.